Why not pick up the mood just a little bit and discuss one of the team is hot headed into the postseason? That team happened to be the Detroit Tigers. So we welcome in Al Beaton of Bless You Boys right now to talk about them Tigers, because I tell you what, they are looking strong and sturdy right now.
They went on this huge winning streak and just destroyed the Central Division. And now we've been just playing out the string here in Detroit, waiting for the playoffs. And actually, everybody's really excited to head to New York, basically because they remember 2006.
I was going to say, discuss that matchup a little bit. Heading into the postseason, the way this team has been playing and going up against the New York Yankees, who obviously, falling short to the Tampa Bay Rays last night, but, it's the end of the season. They've been in for quite some time. Kind of go into this matchup a little bit. I mean, is this something that, your readers and your fans have basically been saying, we want the Yankees? Who are they looking for?
Well, they're kind of scared of the Rays right now just because they've been so hot as well. I think actually the Yankees probably would have been the second choice if the teams to play. I think because they believe the Tigers match up real well. Specifically, they're not so afraid about going on the road to take on the Yankees because they have this great 1-2 punch of Justin Verlander and Doug Fister. Verlander is going to be pretty much the unanimous Cy Young winner, and Fister has actually pitched better than Verlander since they acquired him at the trade deadline. So with that 1-2 punch, actually a lot of Tigers fans are hoping that the Tigers are going to come back with a 2-0 lead with the two home games in a 5-game series. They're hoping that essentially they got 2 automatic wins if they're starting pitching. Verlander Sabathia, though, that's going to be a must-see TV for.
I was going to say, that's the matchup. I'm sure everybody. Whether you're a fan of the Tigers, a fan of the Yankees, or not, if you like baseball, that matchup is phenomenal. Kind of go in depth a little bit more with that matchup in particular.
Well, obviously, we're probably talking the two pitchers are going to likely end up 1-2 in the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Verlander won 24 games this year. And say what you will about wins and losses. That it's an overrated stat. Still, no one's come close to winning that many games in well over a decade. And Verlander, as I mentioned earlier, has won the Triple Crown in pitching. He's leads the league in ERA, wins, strikeouts, innings pitched. Pretty much any stat that is involved pitching, Verlander's at the top of the list. But right behind them is Sabathia. And I'll say this about the Yankees: if it weren't for Sabathia, there might be some issues with that pitching staff. Because guys like A.J. Barnett and Freddie Garcia really don't put the fear of God into me. At least not the way, like I mentioned earlier, Doug Fister.
I was going to say, with good reason, I don't think A.J. Barnett should put the fear of God into anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
So one thing I want to know, you talk about those first 2 games, Detroit Tigers fans are, hoping that they come back to Detroit with that 2-0 lead. What about the tail end, though? Going forward from there, what's kind of the expectations then?
Actually, I'm not. It's the flip of the coin when you're talking Max Scherzer and Rick Porcello, who are going to get the starts in games 3 and 4. Scherzer, when he's on, is as good as anybody in Major League Baseball. The problem is you don't know when he's going to be on. He won, I believe, 15 games this year, but his ERA for most of the year was in the 4.5 range, sometimes pushing 5. Same with Porcello. Porcello won double digits, but he'd have streaks where he was it looked like an all-star type pitcher, and then he'd go into these funks that would last 2-3 weeks. So I really don't know what guys to expect. They both have pitched fairly well in September, but they are not near the level of Verlander and Fister. If the Yankees are going to take advantage of the Tigers, they have to do it against Scherzer and Porcello.